Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Spring Loaded podcast. We're going to talk about some good stuff today. And with me today is Wayne, the producer. This guy over here, yeah, him. Can't really touch him, but it's
Even
been.
though you want to.
Oh yeah, even though we want to, everybody does. But with that, I got to lose these shades. Yes, I have shaved the mustache. I have gone, whatever you want to call this.
You shaved the stash in honor of Jeff
Yeah,
Fisher.
yeah, I shaved the stash. It's getting on my nerves. I had to let it go. But a heck of a day we've had today. I mean, it's cold as heck outside, and I'm wearing cutoffs.
And the Colonel's still down and out.
Yeah, the Colonel is still down and out. Man, that Kentucky Fried eating competition he was in, it took his knees out from under him. But y'all keep him in your prayers and everything. Hope he gets better. He's been giving Wayne live updates and everything, and I've got a lot of stuff going on. Y'all just keep us in your prayers, lift us up and everything. But with that, let's get on into the show.
It was a pretty wild week in the XFL.
Oh yeah,
nothing really shocking though.
Yeah, a bunch of these games I wished I would have watched. I caught the tail end of a few of them. But you got
some of their times is just hard to kick.
I mean, this right here was expected. I mean, the Roughnecks are leading the XFL. I think they're just one of those teams that's unstoppable.
Well, look at Silver's stats: 24 of 30, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Which against the Guardians' defense, we'd all probably look like superstars.
Oh, yes. And I mean, of course, the Colonel's favorite quarterback, Paxton Lynch, 18 out of 30, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's rare.
Yeah, but he got most of them yards on one pass play.
Most of them, oh, man. Again, what are the Guardians going to do? Or, I'm shocked they're not like the Brahmas right now, making a lot of changes and everything. But, hey, you never know.
Well, the biggest, I guess you'd say, tall tale of the game, look at Lee, 45 yards, 6 attempts, 2 touchdowns, which that's not a lot of yardage, but about average for the league. But look at Darrington, 12 attempts, 40 yards, 0 touchdowns.
And I mean,
that tells you the story.
Yeah, and then you look at the receiving there. You got Rambo, 2 receptions, 89 yards and 1 touchdown. To T. Harris, 3 receptions, 86 yards or 83 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, Rambo had that big long play. That's how he got so many yards.
Yeah.
Just off of one play.
It makes you wonder, is it the players? It's the coaching. I think
they have no defense. They have 0 defense.
Is it a lack of substance abuse?
You can't blame it on Dormady for sharing plays in that game.
Yeah, you can't blame that. I mean,
and then here was your game of the week.
Oh my God! And this was one of the games I seen the Brahmas. If the Brahmas would have showed up, and like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. They're making a lot of changes. Some changes were way too, I remember after the first game they were firing people or re-putting people and stuff. But
I know DiNucci put up 264 yards off of 41 passes and 28 completes. He had the 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But that Brahma defense ain't too bad in this game.
Yeah,
the offense was pitiful. Look, Colin, 20 of 39, 189 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
It's amazing. I mean, that's not bad. They kind of kept the game. I mean, they could have come back, but I mean, that's not a total blowout.
The Brahmas play hard. They remind me of the Gamblers from last year. If you remember, the Gamblers had a lot of talent, and they kept games close, but they just couldn't ever get over the hump until they're out there at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of the Brahmas thing is probably towards the end of the season if they get it clicking together.
Yeah.
Finish
And I
out
mean,
good.
Danucci, besides the logo here, Seattle is a good team all the way around. They're picking up and everything. And I shouldn't have went against them in this, but I thought the Brahmas might have a chance. And, it let me down in that pick. But hey,
It was a
it was
close
a
one.
gut feeling. I went with it.
And then for our third game of the week, we had the Renegades and the Battlehawks in front of a record-setting crowd we'll talk about on Coach's Corner.
Oh, man. Hey, and look, if y'all were watching this, Cal Slaughter, 22 out of 39 attempts and 205 yards with no touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What is going on with Cal Slaughter?
I bet he wishes he was back with the Breakers.
Oh yeah. And you look at McCarron, wasn't too hot either, but he's still in the good. McCarron went 20 out of 27. Not bad. He didn't go 22 for 39, but 20 out of 27, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception.
Well, if you remember when McCarron was at Alabama, he wasn't a flashy QB.
No.
He was a methodical, take the short dumps, get the passing yards that you can get. And 20 or 27, that just shows he continuing that Saban mentality, get what you can get.
That old Roll Tide. And I'm looking at the rushing for the Battlehawks. Hill here with 89 yards, 18 attempts and 1 touchdown. To Smith on the Renegades, he had 24 yards, 9 attempts and 1 touchdown.
There's not any rushing in this league.
No, they're shutting that rushing down.
But if you remember, I hate to bring it up again, but last year's USFL, them defenses were tough on rushing. Defenses seemed like they had a bigger advantage than the offenses.
Yeah. If I remember
is that
correctly,
just because they come together just now and they need time to develop together?
Well, if you remember, Slaughter, he was playing with the Breakers and everything. He was the passing. They didn't really have a too good of. They had a rush game, but it wasn't that good. He was the passing man.
I seriously, I think Slaughter at the end of the season led the league.
And
he wasn't a leader; he was right there at it.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a close game.
Let's let you know McCarron's here to play. Again, he wasn't, those close numbers like he usually is, but hey, he's here to play.
I really think it's going to be them in the playoffs.
They got DC, the defenders coming up. They don't play them once.
I think DC's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be in the playoffs. You can about see the playoffs shaping up if it continues this way. It'll be DC, St. Louis, Arlington, and Houston. And,
with the stat, what we're looking at here, they had a few players out from this game due to, what went on with the DC game the week before. Was that, kind of throwing these guys off? I forgot who all was out and everything, but, is that what hurt them?
I think that crowd helped St. Louis a lot.
Yeah, possibly. But and then, oh my goodness.
Yeah, this one wasn't pretty. This was the first one.
Tiamu, man, 14 out of 19 attempts, not too bad. 177 yards. It could be better.
Who the lead rusher was.
Oh, yeah, of course. Tiamu, 89 yards, 9 attempts, and no touchdowns.
It's amazing when you see their offensive stats and they scored 32. That just shows you how real that defense is.
Oh, yeah. Perez.
That was a USFL quarterback battle.
Yeah.
You had the former Bandits and former Generals quarterbacks going at it.
Perez, 23 out of 32. But the yardage, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Well, we learned last year Perez was a good quarterback.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
whenever the team needs him, he steps up.
And that I say another name that we talked about, talking about some of these players on some of this team, that John Lovett. I said that was a good name right there.
That's not the actor.
But 39 yards rushing and 7 attempts, no touchdowns.
Well, like we said, Te'amu, he was a good quarterback last year for the Bandits,
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's just like there's something missing with him. And Perez was the guy for the Generals that stepped up when they needed to throw it down the field.
yeah. I mean, we got to see these guys. Tommy Perez, Slaughter. We got to see these guys. We watched them on TV. They all look good.
Well,
Yeah,
we watched them all in person too.
yeah. Tiamo was one that was built up at the beginning of the season, coming out of what was it, fan controlled?
No, he was in the previous XFL.
Oh, previous
I,
season.
I think he was with the Battlehawks.
But he was one of those ones they were trying to build up,
Yeah.
and he it was Tiamo this. Everybody's like, oh, Tiamo's gonna be the man. And he didn't have too hot of a season, but hey, he's doing
But
good at DC.
but but if you remember when we was at that USFL game watching him play, I believe it was against the Stallions they played. That we got to talk to some of the Bandits players before the game because they were down there on that end zone,
Yeah.
and all of them said he was a great teammate.
Oh yeah.
Quiet, worked hard, took
that,
things very serious.
that goes far. Leading a team, being a captain, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't no McCarron, but
Well,
he
he
can
was
be there.
Ole Miss. What can you expect?
Hey, oh,
But if you need better help, like the Guardians and Teamu, check out our sponsor, betterhelp.com/Lotus Sports Network, or scan the QR code. Get 10% off your first month.
better help everybody. You need it in your life.
I think the Guardians need this more than anybody.
They might.
But
Oh man.
we'll get into this week's preview. First game up, Roughnecks and the Sea Dragons.
I think me and you's on the same page. Roughnecks all the way, just because how they've been blowing all these other teams out.
If they are to lose one, I hate to say it, but DC, Seattle, or St. Louis could be the ones to knock them off.
Like we talk about, Danucci is like him and McCarron is the standout quarterbacks in this league.
It's
You
gonna
hear
be
a little
very,
bit of the Roughnecks quarterback, but not as much as you hear of Danucci and McCarron.
well, it's gonna be interesting to see Silvers and Danucci go up against each other.
Yeah. No, I hope they keep it close too.
Yeah,
Now this will be a good one to watch.
this one could be a revenge match for St. Louis.
Could be. Hope there's not another fight break out, but uh,
And it's
but
at St. Louis, and you know that crowd's gonna be rocking.
yeah. Uh, that and is the Battlehawks going to get revenge? Because their last game it was pretty close too.
Yeah.
But
If DC loses, this could be the one.
yeah,
I
it
know. I
could
think
be.
they've already got one loss, but and then we've got the Guardians.
I hope the Colonel took Orlando in this one.
I don't think anybody's picking Orlando for anything.
Orlando is having a lot, and I mean a lot. Not as much as the Brahmas, but they're getting there.
And, they are really. If you get on social media, which you can take it for a grain of salt, and I know you got a lot of diehard fans of the team, but they they're not doing any favors for the fans in Orlando.
No.
There's nothing been really to cheer for except for what, a 10-9 loss to Arlington.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, I'm not saying I know we down Paxton Lynch. He
Oh
is.
no, we just told the truth.
Oh, okay. Praise a bit. But you know, I can't put the blame on him. I can't. I think it's a little mixture of everything: coaching, players,
Lynch
play
ain't getting a fair
calling.
shot to shine. We'll be honest.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I mean, that team is just it's bad from top to bottom at this point.
big time. Yeah.
And then our
Well,
last game of the week,
oh, those Renegades and Brahmas. You know
one of
this.
those Lone Star State showdowns.
Yeah, and this is another game. The Brahmas can win, and I feel like they can, but they just got too much going on behind the scenes. I think it's going to be the Renegades.
And Arlington hasn't really. We all thought they would have a great season.
And man, look at the time on this 10 p.m. on a
Yeah,
Sunday.
Yeah, they ain't doing any favors for the ratings.
That is going to be a game that, that's going to be a diehard fan right there watching that because, everybody's trying to get in bed and go to work the next day.
Well, here's the one thing, too. The ratings have been slipping.
Mm.
I mean, is it the ratings are slipping or is it because they're not on ABC like they was opening week? But they've had a big drop.
Yeah, it could. There's no telling what it could be.
FX is going to be hard to pull in sports viewers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
It's not the channel you think about.
Yeah, when you think of sports, FX is just not on there. And if you're thinking about, hey, I want to just turn on a movie or something. Yeah.
But speaking of turning something on, you can get you a Coach's Corner shirt and turn your significant other on.
Hey, heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Or get you a spring loaded football shirt. Or get you a loaded sports cares for the Children's Hospital. You know, we like those kiddos.
All the money goes straight to Children's Hospital.
Yep, we make nothing off that shirt. Hey, and then there's, of course, the classic Eat, Sleep, Coach's Corner Repeat. One of the best looking shirts. You could be styling and profiling in this shirt in any color.
Unfortunately, that shirt doesn't come with the stick to beat the ladies off.
Oh, yeah. Now, we will be coming out with our own masking cologne here soon. You could spray it, but.
But you ready to look at the odds?
Yeah, let's look at these crazy odds, man.
They ain't crazy.
I feel like one of them is going to be.
No. Houston with a 3.5 point favorite, 42.5 over under. They've raised the over unders. Have you noticed?
Yep.
That's going to be a good game. Everybody knows that one's going to be close. About like the second one here with DC and St. Louis, with DC favored by only 1.5 with another 42.5 point over under. And then you get, it's not looking good whenever you got the Vipers and the Guardians, and the Vipers are actually favored by 7.5 points. And there is no faith in any defense on this, apparently, for 41.5 point over under.
Yeah.
Then you got Arlington and San Antonio. The Brahmas favorite 2.5 with a 35.5 over under. They're expecting a defensive game in that one, apparently.
Yeah. 3 of these games, I knew one would be an oddball one, and it's the one I thought would be.
But we'll see how it plays out.
And what, the Vipers, they ain't even got a win yet, have they?
That's how bad it is. That's how bad the Guardians are.
This is the battle of nobody's won nothing on that one.
Yeah, this
Who's
is
going to
the
come out on top? Is it going to be Paxton Lynch and the Guardians or the Vegas Vipers?
Toddy Bowl.
Yep, this is you throw everything in the toilet and let it whichever one's still floating at the end.
But I think it's time to get to our favorite segment of the week.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit different for the old producer this year than last year.
Oh.
I'll let you take over.
Well, in the first game, all of us took, of course, the Roughnecks.
Well, no, they played the Guardians.
Yeah, of course, and we all got a big W on that.
Yeah,
But
so did Houston.
but in the second game, the Colonel, Wayne, Boss Hog, and Catfish all went to Seattle, and I had a gut feeling to go with the Brahmas because I figured they would show up going against Danucci, one of the best quarterbacks in the XFL. And I hate to say, my gut feeling led me in the wrong direction. I got a big L with the rest of them getting a big W over that.
But it almost paid off.
Almost, but hey. The third game, me, the coach, Wayne, Boss Hog, and Catfish all went Battle Hawks with the Colonel having a gut feeling the Renegade was going to come. Because the Renegade has got it made.
Yeah, I don't think he was thinking right. I think he was on some
He,
medication.
he had a gut feeling. We're going to go with that. He had a gut feeling like I did.
He was overly medicated after his hip replacement.
But in the last game, of course, we all went with the big D, and
of course they played Vegas.
Yeah, they played Vegas. But everybody got a win on that.
And so did DC.
Me and the Colonel 3-1. Wayne and Boss Hog at 4-0, and Catfish all at 4-0.
That's not a bad week.
No, I'm cleaning up last place. Boss Hog come from behind on me.
Well, actually, if you take a look at the stats, y'all are tied.
Oh my goodness, he caught up with me. But let's see. In the first game, we all took, of course, the Roughnecks.
Because they're playing the Guardians.
In the second game, me, the coach, Colonel, Wayne, and Boss Hog all took Big D. But Catfish is having a gut feeling this week. He's going Battle Hawks. He's getting on that AJ McCarron bus. And
I don't know what medication he's on.
Hey, it might happen. This is the revenge. This is the comeback. The third game, it looks like majority rules here. We all went Vegas against the Guardians.
Nobody.
Paxton Lynch ain't even picking the Guardians. He plays for
them. Yeah, Quentin Normandy even gave away plays.
But on to the last game.
A little mixture here.
Yeah, the Colonel, the coach, me, and Catfish. I don't know. I'm on here with two guys that medicated. We took the Renegades, where Wayne and Boss Hog took the Brahmas.
I'm going to tell you, I've got a lead, so let's play around a little bit.
Yeah, you've took the lead on everybody. Well, except for old Catfish here.
I've got the lead on him.
Catfish is only 14-2.
Yeah. But you
only won. If he gets that Battlehawks game and he gets the Renegade game, he'll be ahead of you one.
Yeah, he's only going to get one of them.
Well, no, if he hits the Battlehawks.
I know. I'm saying he's only going to hit on one.
I don't know. I mean, the two games that I see going either way will be the Big D and the Battlehawks and the Brahmas and the Renegades. Those are the two games I see. It's an either or team here.
It's a 50.
The other ones are, no doubt they're handed to you on a silver platter.
Yeah.
But with that,
really though, if you look at everybody's overall stats out of 16 games, you and Boss Hog are but y'all are still in it.
Yeah.
And only 4 picks out of 16 games didn't go y'all's way, and it was all really close games.
Mm-hmm.
And Colonel 13-3, about like y'all was in the same boat.
Yeah.
Few games didn't go his way, and nobody's out of it.
Yeah, everybody's still in the run, and nobody's blowing anybody out. I mean, you're only ahead by 3 over me.
Yeah.
You're only ahead of 2 of the Colonel, and then only 1 of Catfish. And
So
then,
but if you really think about it, for this to be a startup league that we had a little bit of an inkling about coaches and players, to have the stats that we've had this year is pretty amazing in my book.
yeah, I mean, it ain't nobody's really running off. I'm probably gonna have to start making some crazy picks or something.
But that kind of takes us to the end of the show as usual.
Oh yeah, get on there and check out our other shows. High School Yellowhammer Sports Podcast. You'll get on there and watch old Catfish, and when the Colonel gets back, he's on there. They do baseball, football, basketball. We might even throw in soccer.
No, we ain't.
Hey, but we could. Just not many of these soccer teams around here. But hey, with that, you've got the Brews with Brian. He likes to try his craft beer, him and Bill, and does a little sampling of some craft beer. And hey, if you want to know about some beer, get on there on Brews with Brian. He's probably reviewed it and everything. He ain't been reviewing much here lately, except for hospital food. We
He's
might
gonna
get
have some good reviews on the orange juice from the hospital cafeteria coming up.
Yes, we will have some reviews coming up from the hospital cafeteria.
The
It'll
best
be
hospital
cafeteria
food.
food with Brian, with the Colonel. But we have our little shorts, the coach's corner. We try to have fun, make people laugh, feel good about yourself. Then of course, the spring loaded football. And with that said, I'm the coach. He's the producer. Remember, get on there, like us, love us, share us, tell your friends, tell your family. And with that, y'all stay classy. We love you. We enjoy y'all watching us. Let us know what you like about the show and everything. And we out of here.